Oh my God. All right. You guys ready?
Ready, Coach.
Okay. Well, it was great to get a win like that. It's nice to have a low stress day. Proud of our guys. I thought we got a lot better in a lot of areas. It's always nice when you get to play a lot of your roster too, for growth and for some of the walk-on guys that, it's hard to get some of those guys in the game at times. But with our starting unit, I was proud of the way Devin played. He was responsible for 6 touchdowns, which I was just told tied a record at NC State. Proud of Colin Smith on the way he kicked off for us today. It was a huge area that we needed to improve, and he did a great job there. I thought Thayer did some good things, returning punts. It was good to see Chris Dunn, in a groove. But, overall, I thought the guys came out very focused. Weather didn't, disrupt anything. We were physical in the run game. Defensively had to defend a lot of kind of weird things, I guess, a lot of empty formations and motions that they didn't show on tape. But I thought the guys, managed that well. It was good to see the takeaways, 3 takeaways on defense. And all in all, solid day. I appreciate the fans that stayed, the entire game, didn't let the rain bother you. And we appreciate that. That means a lot to our players, and appreciate you guys being who you are. I know sometimes the weather can drive people out of there, but, it was good to see so many people stick around and be a part of that experience. So look forward to moving forward. We came out of the game very healthy, which is always another plus. And we're able to rest a couple guys. Peyton and Shy didn't play, but they'll be fine next week. So feel good about the health of the roster coming out of the second week here. Questions?
Raise your hand if you have a question for Coach. Oh, there we go. David Thompson, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win. I noticed that Tim Beck was calling plays from up in the booth instead of on the sidelines. Is that something we should expect for the rest of the season, or just a one-game thing?
No. We felt like last year at times, there's just some things, offensively that when you're not getting information the way you want it all the time, as fast as you want it, you don't see things on the field. It's hard calling plays on the field. I remember being a coordinator, and I was on the field and then went back upstairs because I could see better. And it's just frustrating when you come in on Sunday and you watch the film and you're like, man, if I would have saw that, I would have done something different. And had another conversation like that after the last game. I just said, that's enough. I'm not going to hear that anymore. So for him to be able to make the checks and audibles the way he wants from the press box, I think he's just got better eyes up there. We feel good about Coach Roper being on the field. He's obviously coached quarterbacks a long time. So having him down where he can talk to Devin on the field helps.
Were you happy with the results of Tim's and his play calling from upstairs?
Yeah, there's a lot of feedback. I don't know if people can mic their stuff there. Can you say that again, David?
Can you hear me? Is that better?
Yeah.
Were you happy with the result of having Tim upstairs?
Yeah, I think it'll be good to talk about tomorrow and just see, what the difference was for him and if he thought it was better. It feels to me like, just the vision you have of the formations and the spacing of where your players are. It's easier for him to make adjustments and do things quicker that way. But we'll see how he feels tomorrow and decide where we're going.
Go ahead, Gibby.
Yeah, Dave, I think you said you practiced tackling a little bit more this past week. Were you happy with the tackling? And would that be something that you'll continue to do in practice leading into maybe next week and on forward?
Yeah, we didn't practice tackling more. We just ran to the ball better in practice. So I'm not sure if that was not clearly communicated during the week, but we do spend Tuesday, Wednesday. We call it thud, where we're hitting guys at the proper angles and not taking them to the ground. The biggest emphasis was how hard we practiced, the angles that we sprint to the ball. And the guys were a lot more diligent about that. I thought this week in practice, they understood, they were embarrassed, about what they put on film from a tackling standpoint week 1. So it's an area of pride for them this week to get better, and it felt like they did.
Go ahead, Alec.
Yeah, Dave, Tyler Baker-Williams had the forced fumble and the interception today, the interception
Yeah.
last week. Just how happy are you with the way that he's kind of started the season hot?
Yeah, really excited for Tyler. Back-to-back series is, to force the fumble on the pass rush. We blitzed him, and then the next series to get an interception. It's 2 picks. And, we felt like, you guys know how we feel about him, as one of the best DBs in the country, and definitely a guy that eliminates people's slot receivers on a consistent basis. So it's good to see him get some production. A lot of times the ball doesn't go his way. And so I'm happy for T-Bake, and we need that. He's a senior. He's a guy that has played a lot of snaps. We need him to be a difference maker, and he has been.
Go ahead, Chip.
Yeah, Coach, you were able to get a lot of guys in the game today, obviously, and a lot of guys touched the ball on offense, just including Jack, who got his first action. How valuable is that for you moving forward?
Yeah, it's really good. It's good from a confidence standpoint for younger players to get in. It helps them when they get in again. They're not nervous. But from the quarterback standpoint, to be able to put both of those guys in and run the offense, not just hand it off, I think is good, because as you know, there's going to be a point in time, where Devin has to come out, whatever it is, helmet comes off, and those guys got to go in a big game. And so it's nice to get those guys minutes. As far as the number of players that played, I don't have a count on that, but it was awesome to see some of the younger guys make plays. Julian Gray, Anthony Smith, Delbert Mims had a touchdown. Jalen Coit had a touchdown. Some guys that have worked hard, and it's good to see those guys get, kind of the reward of all that hard work today.
Go ahead, Pat.
Hey, Dave, what did you think of Devin's playmaking? He broke some tackles on that touchdown run and then really extended a play and made a pretty athletic throw to Anthony Smith there deep on a couple of those throws.
Yeah, that's kind of what he did all through fall camp. We were really happy with how he was sliding around the pocket and extending plays. And, I think he kept his eyes downfield and made some things happen. So very happy with what we saw from him today.
All right. Last question for Coach will come from Evan.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. I just was wondering, Devin had a lot of time in that pocket, and he was able to do a good job of finding those explosive plays down the field. Was that something that the offensive line did better at, or Devin did better at, and kind of protecting him or looking for those plays?
Well, it starts with the protection. Sometimes there's a tight end and a running back involved as well. But, anytime a guy like Devin has more time to throw, the receivers have more time to get open, good things are going to happen. It wasn't a defense that pressured very much. They did blitz him a couple of times, but they didn't play a lot, of pressure defenses, and we were able to manage the 4-man rush throughout the game and give him time. And, there were some shots called by Coach Beck, just some deeper plays down the field, and we took advantage of the coverage a couple of times and made some plays.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.